Hi ladies, we're going to talk about the offense that we're going to run this year. Most of the time it will be a 5-1 offense, means 5 hitters, 1 setter. Okay, the key for the following slides: S is setter, O is outside hitter, M is middle hitter or blocker, R is our right side, and L is for libero, which is a defensive specialist. So here we go. We're going to start with rotation number 1, and we're going to start with our serve. So if our setter is in rotation 1, our setter is serving. So when our setter is serving, how we line up at the front row is we have our outside, our middle is always at the net, and then we have our right side here. And then we have our outside over here and our libero. And just so you know how this works, notice that our outsides are opposite of each other, our middle and our libero are opposite of each other, and our right side and our setter are opposite of each other. And it will always be that when we line up. You'll always be opposite of the same, same position. Okay, so when we serve, what happens is after my setter serves, whoever it is, they go in to this position right here, and we should be right here. This is called a 2x2. So that's where we go 2 feet off the line and 2 feet off the sideline, 2 feet off the 10-foot line. So 2x2 when we're in our defense here. And then our outside hitter is going to go here, and our right side hitter goes here. Okay? So when we're in serve receive, how rotation 1 looks is this. So we have our outside hitter here. Our setter pushes our outside hitter up. And then we have our middle here. My right side hitter here pushes back to help serve receive. And then we have my outside and my libero. And we're still across and opposite of our your same position. I do want to point out that this left side person needs to be slightly on the inside of the setter. So they have to be on the inside of the setter, so they can't be lined up straight. And also my right side, when we're serving receive, we want to be in a straight line, but this person is a front row, so they have to be slightly in front of my 2 back row players. So like a foot in front, so this person might be slightly in front. And we'll talk about this tomorrow or the next day when we go over rotations. So this is rotation 1 for serve and receive. And now we're going to go to rotation 2. In rotation 2 for serve, my outside is serving. So I have my outside back here serving. And then always my middle goes to the middle, always. And then everything else goes around there. So then my outside, if my outside is serving here, my outside here comes to the front, and then my right side is here. And then in the back row, because my outside is here, my setter is going to be here, my libero is going to be here, and after my outside serves, they're going to come here 2x2. Okay? Right here. And then my right side goes over here, and we're in our base position. Okay? Make sure if you have any questions, you write these down so we can go over them tomorrow. Okay? And then for serve receive, now my setter is in the middle, so my right side is also in the middle, so my right side is pushed up just slightly off to the middle. My setter is behind them. Okay? And my middle is at the 10-foot line to get the short serves. Okay? And then my outside that just served is going to be here. Then my libero, this outside that is up here, pushes back to help pass. And again, since this is front row, they have to be slightly in front of the other 2 players. Okay? And the other thing is my setter has to be, sorry, I should have moved my libero over just a little bit, has to be between these 2. Okay, so we have to make sure that they're between these two. Okay. So that's rotation 2, serve and receive. Now we're going to go to rotation 3. Okay, so rotation 3, my middle is now serving. So I have my middle here, and my middle is my libero has gone out and my other middle has come in. So my libero has gone out, my other middle has come in, and it could be either middle or libero serving, depending on who's serving better. Who knows who's going to be serving yet. It's either middle or libero. Okay, so middle. Oh, and again, since this is serve receive, my middle, of course, always goes to the middle, and we line up around them. So I've got my middle, my right side, and my outside right here. Okay, and then we've got in the back row, we're going to line up with my setter here and my outside here. After my middle serves, the setter goes over here, my outside goes here, and middle or libero is going to go right here in the middle, and then my outside goes over here. Okay, so back to base position. Okay, and then serve receive for rotation 3, we have my middle pushed up, my setter pushes my middle up. Okay, and in the back row, we've got my outside, which has to be, they have to be pushed, my middle and my setter have to be pushed over to the outside line, so my outside can make sure they're not overlapped with the setter. So I have my outside, my libero, and then the right side on this is in the front row. So this is a front row player. Okay. And then my other outside is between, has to be on this side of my right side and just between my left and my right. Okay. And we'll talk about where you go after, where you go back to base at the end of this, where your base is. So after the serve comes over, you go to base. And we'll talk about that. Okay, and that's rotation. Oh, I skipped. Okay, guys, we're on to rotation 4. That's where my right side is serving. So my right side is here. And that means my setter has moved to the front row. So my setter is here. Of course, my middle is in the middle. And so my setter is here and my outside is here. And then base rotation, outside is opposite of outside. Libero is opposite of middle. After my right side serves, they come in here to 2 by 2. Okay, my outside goes over here to base and my setter goes over here to base. Okay. So just one quick note to my setters. Remember, when you're in the front row, you do not have a number 5, a 5 set. So just be cognizant of that. Okay, and then we're going to serve receive for rotation 4. So my setter is here, middle, outside are at the 10-foot line, and then we have outside, libero, and right side. Notice they're all opposite of your outside and outside are opposite, middle and libero opposite, setter and right side are opposite. This one is the most simple serve receive that we have. And that's it for rotation 4. Okay, so now we're going to go on to rotation 5. Okay, so here rotation 5 is where my outside is serving. Okay, so again, my middle is always in the middle here. And then the outside just moved to the front row and my setter is here. Okay, so when my outside is serving, my libero can go ahead and be in the middle and my right side can be over here. And then my outside, after they serve, will go over to their base position and setter will go to their base position. Okay, so that's my serve for rotation 5. Receive for rotation 5, my setter is in the middle. Here I have my outside and my middle right here at the 10-foot line for the shorts. And then I have my libero, my right side, and my outside for serve receive. And then after the ball goes back over the base, we go to our, over the net, we go back to our base positions. Okay? So there is rotation 5. And we are going to go to rotation 6, where my middle is serving. So middle slash libero. Now the libero can only serve for one of the middles, not both of them. So that's just something for the coaches and liberos to be aware of. So we'll deal with that. So my middle has gone to the front, and then my setter is already in position, and then my outside is here for the front row. And then in the back, I've got my right side and my outside. Okay, so after the middle serves, my right side goes to base, my outside goes to base, and my middle goes to base, which is in the middle. And then my outside in the front goes to base. Okay. So that is serve for rotation 6, and serve receive for rotation 6. Here's my setter, and then my outside and my middle, and then my right side, outside, and my libero. Okay, opposite of each other. And then after the ball goes over the net, we go back to base. And then let me talk briefly. I don't have a little one up here. I'll just make one really quick. What is so base is always this. So if my setter is in the back row, my setter is here 2 by 2, and then my libero is back here to get everything deep, and then my outside is here, and then I have my outside, my middle, and my right side. So notice that the outsides are lined up, my middle and libero are lined up, and my right side and my setter are lined up. That is base. Okay, so every time I say we go to base, that's where we're at. Okay. So if there's any questions tomorrow, please let me know. It's going to be great. We are going to spend some time going over this the next couple days because we have a game to get ready for. So please be prepared and watch this. Thank you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.